What's up, YouTube? Unrepentant Sinner here again. I know it's been a long time since my last video. I feel like I needed to come back. There's a lot of things I hadn't said, a lot of things I want to say, a lot of things going on now. Everything's kind of different now, and well, anyway, there's just a lot I have to say about the world. So, most of you probably thinking, hey, that title's kind of bad. I mean, I never really liked Glenn Beck or Fox News, but to compare them to Nazis? Well, that's not nice. Hear me out. I noticed some things while watching Glenn Beck and Fox News. Particularly Glenn Beck, but sort of Fox News as a whole. Their sort of methods of newscasting, or more accurately, propaganda, has mirrored some of the same techniques that Hitler used in his rise to power and during World War II. The same techniques used against the German people to get them to follow him without question are the same techniques you can see on Glenn Beck's program. I'm going to read for you an excerpt from Hitler's Mein Kampf about his techniques of propaganda. Propaganda must always address itself to the broad masses of the people. All propaganda must be presented in a popular form and must fix its intellectual level so as to not be above the heads of the least intellectual of those whom it is directed. The art of propaganda consists precisely in being able to awaken the imagination of the public through an appeal of their feelings, in finding the appropriate psychological form that will arrest the attention and appeal to the hearts of the national masses. The broad masses of the people are not made up of diplomats or professors of public jurisprudence, nor simply of persons who are able to form reasoned judgment in given cases, but a vacillating crowd of human children who are consistently wavering between one idea and another. The great majority of a nation is so feminine in its character and outlook that its thought and conduct are ruled by sentiment rather than by sober reasoning. This sentiment, however, is not complex, but simple and consistent. It is not highly differentiated, but has only the negative and positive notions of love, hatred, right and wrong, truth and falsehood. Basically what that's saying is that you gotta play to people's emotions. You gotta play to their emotions because people don't think. Because people are stupid. They don't think for themselves. They don't think with logic. They think with their hearts, not their minds. They think with their feelings, not with logic. That's basically what this first paragraph's saying. Saying that let's appeal to their emotions because they're too stupid to get it. Where have you seen that? It's on Glenn Beck's show every damn night. You know, when Glenn Beck talks about how he loves the country and he fears for it and he cries and all this other crap. And now the government's coming for you. You. And basically trying to play off of people's fears and emotions. And that's exactly what Hitler was talking about in this. Saying that people are so stupid they're not going to understand what you're talking about. They're going to understand fear. They're not going to understand logic or reasoning or valid arguments. They're going to understand fear and everything else. They're going to understand emotion. That's all they're going to get. It's emotion. Hitler goes on to say, propaganda must not investigate the truth objectively and so far as it is favorable to the other side. Presented according to theoretical rules of justice, yet it must present only the aspect of the truth which is favorable to its own side. The respective powers of the masses are very restricted and their understanding is feeble. On the other hand, they quickly forget. Such being the case, all effective propaganda must be confined to a few bare essentials, and those must be expressed as far as possible in stereotypical formulas. These slogans should be
persistently repeated until the very last individual has come to grasp the idea that has been put forward. Every change that is made in the subject of a propagandist message must always emphasize the same conclusion. The leading slogan must of course be illustrated in many ways and from several angles, but in the end must always return to the assertion of the same formula. Once again, where have you seen this before? The part where it talks about only, presenting one side of the argument or one side of the fact that's going to help your argument, not talking about the other things. Well, you can just go to, liberal viewers' playlist of all those times of Fox News bias that he's collected for like over 3 years. He got over 100 of them. And the Young Turks have several examples themselves that the, liberal viewers never did. And it's not even just those examples. You can just watch Fox News. You can just watch Glenn Beck's program and see where this thing of, not investigating the truth objectively can be shown. Because they don't. They do not investigate the truth objectively. The part where it talks about, the few bare essentials, where have you seen that on Glenn Beck's program? When he talks about America's great, and conservatism is great, and these liberals and progressives are bad, and they're all socialists, and blah, 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 blah. Talking about the socialism. That's another thing. When it talks about how, you need to emphasize the same conclusion over and over and over again, that's exactly what they do on those programs. It's like Glenn Beck. When Glenn Beck's talking about socialism, it's always socialism. He always comes to the same conclusion. No matter what it is, it's either, it's the fault of the progressives, Obama, and it's socialism. Basically those three things. Obama's fault, the progressives' fault, and it's socialism. No matter what it is, it's the same damn conclusion every fucking night. So yes, Glenn Beck and Fox News are like Hitler. You can read these excerpts. I'll send you a link and where you can find these excerpts. As you can see, it's been proven that Fox News is really just like Hitler. It's no longer a hyperbole. It's a fucking fact now. Favorite this video, subscribe to my list. I'm going to be making more videos periodically, so stay tuned.